Aloha kako, how you folks doing? My name is Armando. In this video, we will explore something that very few people even in Hawaii do not realize, but it's what it is the enduring British cultural influences in Hawaii. Okay, and it goes way, way back and still today. So let's begin our story here. Now, it all goes back to the alignment between Hawaii and Britain was solidified by signed commitments and symbolic gestures. In 1794, Kamehameha I and Captain George Vancouver of the British Royal Navy signed a treaty, formally recognizing Hawaii as an independent nation. This act of diplomatic recognition further bolstered Hawaii's position on the global stage. This is very important. Now, if you remember George Vancouver, he was the one that gave Kamehameha those cows, and gifts, and allowed Kamehameha to use the Union Jack on the flag, Hawaiian flag, things like that. And he helped him in giving him weapons so that in his conquest of the Hawaiian Islands. So, he was very instrumental, and there was a very close relationship between the two of them. So, additionally, the Union Jack, the national flag of Britain, flew over Hawaii alongside the Hawaiian flag, symbolizing the close ties between the two nations. Now, this visual representation of their alliance was a testament to the strategic importance of Britain in Hawaii's history. Okay, now there is a misconception of Hawaii as a British colony. It was never a British colony, and Hawaii retained its independence. The idea that Hawaii was once a British colony is a common misconception. In fact, Hawaii has never been a colony of any European power. Prior to the arrival of European explorers, Hawaii was a sovereign nation with its own monarchy, culture, and system of governance. It wasn't until the 18th century that British explorers such as Captain James Cook made contact with the Hawaiian Islands. However, this contact did not result in the establishment of a British colony. So there's a big misconception on that. The idea that Hawaii was once a British colony is a common misconception. In fact, Hawaii has never been a colony of any of Britain's informal sphere of influence. Now, while it is true that Britain had a significant presence in the Pacific region during the 19th century, including territories such as Australia and New Zealand, Hawaii was not part of their formal colonial empire. Instead, Britain exerted its influence in the Hawaiian Islands through informal means such as trade and diplomacy. British merchants and traders had a notable presence in Hawaii, but this did not translate into direct political control. Okay, so now let's talk about the lack of British administration and taxation. Now, one of the key characteristics of a colony is the presence of a formal administrative system established by the colonizing power. In the case of Hawaii, there was no British administration or taxation system in place. The Hawaiian monarchy maintained its autonomy and continued to govern the islands according to its own laws and traditions. British influence in Hawaii was primarily economic and cultural rather than political or administrative. Okay, so while Hawaii did have interactions with British explorers, traders, and merchants, it was never a British colony. The misconception likely arises from the broader historical context of British influence in the Pacific region during the 19th century. It is important to distinguish between informal influence and formal colonization to understand the true history of Hawaii. Now, while Hawaii has never been a British colony, it still has been significantly influenced by British culture over the years. These influences can be seen in various aspects of Hawaiian society, including architecture and city planning, the educational system, and social norms. Okay? Now let's talk about the architecture and city planning. The British architectural style has left its mark on Hawaii, particularly in the design of some of the older buildings in cities like Honolulu. British colonial architecture with its distinctive features such as grand columns, intricate details, and spacious interiors can be observed in structures like the Iolani Palace and the State Capitol building. These buildings stand as a testament to the enduring influence of a British design in Hawaii's architectural landscape. If you are visiting Hawaii for the first time, I highly recommend going to the Iolani Palace. It's a must. It's got to be on your list of places to visit. It's not only historical, but also cultural and a very important of Hawaii's history. So I highly recommend that you go visit that too. Don't go visit just the tourist spots. Go over there and visit that. Well, it's a tourist spot too, but very important to the Hawaiian people. Let's talk about the educational system in the English language. Now, the British influence on Hawaii's education system is evident in the emphasis placed on English language instruction. English is the official language of Hawaii, and this can be traced back to the arrival of British explorers and missionaries who promoted the use of English in schools. Now, that got pretty carried away because it kind of like almost banned Hawaiian, which I thought was wrong. They should have allowed it, but today it's allowed. They have a Hawaiian immersion, so Hawaiian language is coming back, and that was a mistake, I think. Today, English is widely spoken throughout the islands and is an integral part of the educational curriculum. Okay? Now, the British educational system, with its focus on discipline and academic rigor, has also had an impact on Hawaii's approach to education. The emphasis on traditional subjects such as math, science, and literature can be traced back to the British influence on the development of Hawaii's educational system. Now, I'm going to show you, my wife and I went to, many times we've been there to the Iolani Palace and taken pictures of the interior of the Iolani Palace. Now, there's two songs, very important. The first song is called Eola Ke Ali'i Ke Akua, very similar to God Save the Queen, which was during the time of Luna Lilo. But King Kamehameha V wanted to replace that. Okay, and so he asked Liliuokalani in November of 1866 to replace it, and she came up with the song He Mele Lahui Hawaii, or Song of the Hawaiian Nation. I'm going to let you listen to both of these now and show you the pictures of the Iolani Palace. And you can see the closeness of the songs to the English God Save the Queen and the very close similarity. Okay, well, I hope you folks enjoyed watching this video. Like I said, if you ever come to Hawaii, I do recommend visiting the Iolani Palace. It should be on your list. Mahalo for watching, and ahui ho.
Ke akua mana mau ho'o mai kai po mai kai I ka mo'i. Ko lima mana mau malama kia I mai ko mākou nei mo I ola e. Ka inoa ka maha o leina ni o mākou ola e. Ko heu uhi mai pale na ino e ka mākou pule no ola e. I mua o mākou ke ali